Hello everyone! Today I will introduce you to 4 methods for making homemade antennas at home using only simple tools. Simple, seemingly useless household items can become powerful and versatile tools. I'll choose a charger that looks sturdy enough for this project. The goal here is to repurpose the internal components of this charger, so I'll carefully begin by prying open its casing. I'll use a utility knife to gently pry it open along the seams. Once open, I'll use a pair of pliers to carefully extract the circuit board. Now that the circuit board is removed from its casing, I'll place it on a small wooden block to keep it stable. I'm applying a small amount of solder to each of the exposed contacts on the circuit board. This prepares them for connecting our wires. Next, I've got 2 small wires, one red and one blue. I'm stripping a small section of insulation from both ends of each wire. These exposed copper ends will be used to make electrical connections. I'm using a helping hand tool here to hold the wires steady while I work, making sure my connections are perfect. I'm applying tin to the stripped copper wire ends in preparation for connection. Leave a comment and let me know which country you are watching from. It's great that we can connect and chat from all over the world. Using my soldering iron, I'm carefully attaching 2 wires to specific points on the circuit board. It's critical to make sure these connections are strong to prevent any short circuits or signal loss. With the wires securely attached, I'm carefully placing the circuit board back into one half of the charger casing. Then, I'm using a drill to make a small hole on the top edge of the charger. This hole is essential for the antenna wires to pass through neatly. I'll feed the red and blue wires through the newly drilled hole. Then, I'll meticulously reassemble the charger casing. Here, I have a coaxial splitter. I'm stripping the outer insulation from both ends of these wires to expose the copper wire. This process is important for ensuring good conductivity. Now I'm connecting the blue wire from the charger to the coaxial cable splitter. I'm twisting the wires together to create a secure electrical connection. I'm twisting the red wire and securing it inside the input of the power splitter. To ensure durability and insulation, I'm using hot glue to attach the power splitter to the charger connector. This will create a strong insulated connection. Next, I'm taking a long black cable and carefully cutting it in half. Then, using a utility knife, I'm stripping away the outer black insulation. This reveals the internal shielded wires. I'll further strip the inner white insulation to expose the central copper conductor. Finally, I'm attaching an F connector to this end of the cable. The F connector ensures a secure and standardized connection to the splitter. To fully insulate and reinforce the connection, I'm wrapping the F connector and the exposed cable section with red electrical tape. This provides protection against the elements and prevents any electrical shorts. At the other end, I will strip it longer, leaving only the central copper core. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any interesting ideas coming soon. I'm carefully wrapping the copper wire around the pen to achieve a consistent spiral shape. Once coiled, I use pliers to adjust and shape the ends, making them suitable for connection. This precise coiling maximizes the antenna's signal reception capabilities. I'm attaching one of these copper springs to an F connector. This assembly will plug into our splitter, so a secure connection is paramount for signal integrity. I'll make 2 identical coils, as these will be our antenna's receiving elements. The spring shape helps create a more compact and effective antenna. Moving on to preparing the power connection, I'm carefully opening up a standard power outlet. I'm removing the screws that hold the cover in place, revealing the internal terminals. I'm taking a thick black cable and stripping the outer insulation from one end. Then, I expose the individual wires inside. These wires will be connected to the terminals of the power outlet. I'll use a screwdriver to secure each wire firmly into its respective terminal, ensuring a strong and safe electrical connection. This forms the power supply for our antenna system. Once the wires are securely connected, I'm replacing the cover of the power outlet and tightening the screws. Now, I'll strip the other end of the thick black cable, preparing it for the F connector. I'm attaching another F connector to this stripped end of the cable. This ensures it can be connected directly to our TV's antenna input. Just like before, I'm wrapping the newly installed F connector and the cable junction with red electrical tape for insulation and added stability. This completes our custom antenna cable. I'm connecting our homemade antenna to a power outlet. The system is now ready for testing. As you can see, the TV currently displays a no signal message. This is a common issue for many people, and it's exactly what our DIY antenna is designed to fix. Wow, look at that! The TV immediately picks up the signal and displays a clear picture. This homemade antenna is working perfectly, bringing in crisp, vibrant channels. It's incredible what a little creativity can achieve. Just to show you it's actually working, I'm disconnecting the antenna, and immediately the signal is lost. No more channels. This truly demonstrates the effectiveness of our DIY solution. And when I plug our antenna back in, the signal returns instantly. It's amazing. This is a fantastic way to get free TV channels using repurposed materials. Our incredible multifunctional TV antenna, made from simple repurposed phone chargers. This DIY device proves that with a little creativity, you can achieve amazing things and save money. In this second method, I will recycle this plug. You might think this power plug is only good for the recycling bin, but I'll show you how to give them a completely new purpose. I'm starting with this old phone charger. I will prepare the charger in the same way as the first method. Now, I'm carefully placing the modified circuit board back into the charger's casing. I'll make sure the wires are neatly routed, so I'll remove the USB port from the circuit board and let the wires run through it. It's a bit of a tight fit, but with a little finesse, it snaps back together, leaving our connection wires exposed and ready. For the next part, I'm taking a standard electrical power plug. I'll use a screwdriver to open it up and remove its internal components, specifically the metal pins. I will cut the blue and red wires to fit snugly into the plug. I'm stripping the outer insulation layer. Now, I'll attach the red and blue wires coming from our modified charger directly to the pins of the power plug using the original screws. This effectively integrates the charger's transformed circuit with the plug's ability to draw power from an outlet. With the wiring complete, I'm reassembling the electrical plug. I carefully fit the wired pins back into the casing. It's important to ensure everything sits snugly and that the exposed pin ends protrude correctly. I'll then tighten the central screw to secure the two halves of the plug, forming a solid, compact unit. I'm using hot glue to secure the plug to the charger. Similarly, I'm preparing two spring-shaped wires to attract the signal from my homemade antenna. I'm now attaching these two coiled spring antenna elements to the metal pins of the brown power plug. This creates a simple yet effective antenna structure. To complete the setup, I prepared a small wooden stand with a standard electrical outlet, connecting a black coaxial cable to this outlet. I will connect the homemade antenna to the socket, and our antenna is now complete. As you can see, my TV currently shows no signal. But watch what happens when I plug in our homemade antenna. In a few seconds, the screen springs to life, displaying crystal clear channels. This incredible device, made from simple, repurposed materials, effectively amplifies the signal, turning what was once a blank screen into a vibrant display of television programs. It's truly amazing. I can cycle through various channels, and each one comes in perfectly. Our incredible multifunctional TV antenna, made from a simple phone charger and a power plug. I'm going to show you an incredible trick, transforming these old scratched CDs into a powerful functional TV antenna capable of picking up clear signals. I'm applying a strong adhesive to one side of a CD. Then I'm carefully placing a second CD on top, aligning them perfectly. I press them together firmly to ensure a strong bond between the two discs. Now it's time to prepare the surface. I'm securely mounting the combined CD onto my angle grinder. I'm turning on the grinder, and as the CD spins rapidly, I'm using a piece of sandpaper to meticulously remove the paper layer from the CD surface. This process creates a clean, matte finish, which is essential for the antenna's functionality as it allows for better signal reception. After thorough sanding, I'm carefully detaching the CD from the angle grinder, revealing a perfectly prepared blank canvas for our project. Next, I'm marking 2 points on the sanded CD. These points will serve as guides for drilling holes, which are vital for mounting the antenna elements. I carefully drill small holes through the marked points using an electric drill. This ensures precise placement for the upcoming components. I'm taking a small metal bracket and using pliers to carefully bend a metal rod into a U-shape. For the reflector, I'm taking an empty aluminum soda can. Then, I carefully drill a small hole in the center of this outline. I use a utility knife to precisely cut off the bottom section of the can. With the bottom piece isolated, I use a pair of sharp scissors to trim around the perimeter, creating a perfectly round, polished reflector component. This will help focus the incoming TV signals. I have a set of bolts and nuts here. I'm taking a bolt and washer, threading it through the CD, and securing it with a nut. I'm using pliers to carefully tighten the nut. With the CD and can reflector ready, I'm preparing the actual antenna element. Next, I'll take a conical copper spring and attach a bolt and nut to it. I'll then add a brass connector to form our main signal receiving element. I'm connecting the stripped-out white wire to a screw on the CD, ensuring good electrical contact. Then, I'm connecting the red wire to another screw on the CD. I'm attaching the CD player to the rack using bolts and nuts. Next, I'm threading the bottom of the can onto one side of the bolt and securing it with a nut. This helps to firmly attach the reflectors together, creating the main shape for our antenna. The can bottom acts as a reflector, improving signal strength. Then, I take the conical copper spring and securely attach it to one of the screws on the CD, creating our main signal receiving element. Now, let's prepare the main cable. On the other end of the coaxial cable, I'm attaching an F connector. This is a common connector for televisions, ensuring compatibility with most modern TV sets. Our incredible multifunctional antenna, made from a few simple items. The screen initially shows no signal. But watch what happens next. I'm plugging our homemade antenna into the TV. Boom! Clear, crisp television channels. This DIY device proves that with a little creativity and some spare parts, you can achieve amazing things, turning something old into something incredibly useful. Moving on to the final method, I will guide you on how to make an antenna from simple, easy-to-find materials such as paintbrushes, sieves, etc. Let's get started. If you found these methods inspiring and helpful, please hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below letting me know of any other surprises you'd like me to create. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing DIY ideas. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.